We've got 2 delays this week, Jeff. First one, Final Fantasy VII Remake is delayed.
I saw that. Not a huge delay, though.
Like weeks.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's...
They put out a little statement here. It said, we know that many of you are looking forward to the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake and have been waiting patiently to experience what we have been working on in order to ensure that we deliver a game that is in line with our vision and the quality that our fans who have been waiting for deserve. We have decided to move the release date to April 10th, 2020. We are making this tough decision in order to give ourselves a few extra weeks to apply final polish to the game, and deliver you with the best possible experience. I, on behalf of the whole team, want to apologize to everyone, as I know this means waiting for the game just a little bit longer. Thank you for your patience and continued support. Yashinori Kitase.
Hey.
There you go.
I mean, it's
a couple weeks. Not the end of the world.
We've waited this long.
In fact, I'm wondering just how much polish they can get in
a couple weeks. I'm figuring the polishing is already happening now. They just need more polishing.
Yeah, for sure.
More time.
Oh, they're definitely in the they've been in the polish stage for a little bit now, for sure. Yeah, no, but now it's just getting more extensive. The next one up, and significantly longer.
I suspected this. I mean,
everyone saw this coming.
Yeah, I mean,
and so here it is, Cyberpunk 2077. Also getting delayed. This one a little longer. They could have put this on a color that was a little less pleasing to my eyes than this piercing lemon yellow. Here it is anyway. Their release dates. We have important news regarding Cyberpunk 2077's release date, and we'd like to share it with you today. Cyberpunk 2077 won't make the April release window, and we're moving the launch to September 17th, 2020. We are currently at a stage where the game is complete and playable, but there's still work to be done. Night City is massive, full of stories, content, and places to visit, but due to the sheer scale and complexity of it all, we need more time to finish the playtesting, fixing, and polishing. We want Cyberpunk 2077 to be our crowning achievement for this generation, and postponing launch will give us the precious months we need to make the game perfect. Perfect is a strong word.
Probably shouldn't say
perfect.
Do not say perfect.
That's bad time.
Don't say perfect, please.
That's setting yourself up for a meme.
Yeah.
Expect more regular updates on progress as we get closer to the new release date. We're looking forward to seeing you in Night City. Thank you for your ongoing support. You know what?
I don't care that it's delayed.
No, it's fine. This is a game that if you were going to have a delay, we already figured that was going to happen. This is a massive game, and so I'm not surprised. The other thing is that, for me, I think that some of these games, I have a bit of a tinfoil hat thing going on right now. Little conspiracy theory in the games market. Pretty much every game gets fucking delayed now, especially if it's a major release.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem to matter anymore where the release date is placed; it gets delayed anyway.
Yep.
I feel like in today's world where marketing is expensive and keeping the name of your game on people's lips all the way as frequently as possible to keep that mind share up until release is difficult and expensive.
Yep.
And I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of these companies are placing original release dates where they know they're not going to hit the window, but do it so that there is a more continuous stream of discussion around the game, leading all the way up to its release.
Yeah.
And I think that this is one of those times. If you're doing like a Final Fantasy VII, that's not a gimmick for any major thing. That's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I believe that as polish time.
Yeah.
You're going to delay your game to September?
Yeah, 5 months. Let me tell you, you're right on the money. I believe that as well.
No.
I think there's a lot of benefits. For one, you look at something like, say E3, for example.
Yeah.
And Sony's going to announce a game.
Except they're not at E3. We're going to talk about that soon.
Yeah. So Xbox going to announce a game.
They are.
And they know that this game is not going to be out release day for the console.
Mm-hmm.
They just know it.
Yeah.
Right? But they're going to say it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it keeps the name up there.
Yep.
They get to actually have some news.
Yes.
If they aren't certain about a date, it gives them flexibility to figure it out as we get closer.
Exactly.
And then you also get to put up these little PR things where people can hear directly from the people in charge saying, hey, guys, everything is going fucking great. We're on the final stages. It's going to be the best thing ever. And people, yeah, you know what? Yeah, hey, I want happy to hear it's going great. Leaking out little bits of footage.
Yep.
It's looking wonderful.
Yep.
You're much more forgiving. You're going to say it's okay. You know the reason why I feel like it is exactly what you said? You look at something like the movie industry.
Mm-mm.
And when they go, all right, boys, this movie is going to be released on March 13th, 2020.
9 times out of 10?
98 times out of 100, it's released March 13th,
Yes.
2020.
Yes, exactly.
And they announce that shit like a year
in advance.
In advance.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you hit
more, sometimes longer.
Yeah.
All right? If creating a game and creating a movie, they're different, but
Yes.
they're the same.
If you're going to announce anything it involves announcing a release.
Dude, there's hundreds or thousands of people
Yeah.
working on collectively one thing.
Yes.
There's budgets. People got to greenlight things. There are deadlines. There are stakeholders.
Yeah.
There are overlords that oversee everything. And let's not get it twisted. These guys are professional. They know timelines. They know what they need to do. This isn't their first fucking rodeo making a video game.
Rodeo, no.
This isn't some indie developer that you're going to see on Epic Game Store where they're trying to figure shit out and they're realizing, oh, fuck, we got in over our head. We need some more time.
Yeah.
These are AAA seasoned developer studios that know what the fuck they're doing. And you ain't fooling nobody. If every single AAA fucking title that you release suddenly gets months delayed, you don't just make a 5-month error in judgment on releasing your biggest fucking game in a decade or whatever, the next big thing.
Well, the way they're putting it, apparently they want it to be their crowning achievement of the generation.
Dude, there is no 5 months. Do you know how big of an error that somebody gets fired? A lot of people get
Several people get fired.
The
fired. Project manager gets fired because the project manager is the one that says
you are done, bro. You are done.
Yeah.
You get greenlit. Somebody gives you like $200 million to go and build a game or whatever the fuck it is, and there's deadlines and there's hype and everything else, and you all of a sudden you walk into your boss's room. Hey,
I got some news.
Game's gonna be delayed. Okay, we talking like what? A week or 2? 5 months. The fuck? Did I get you out of a fucking cereal box?
1 second.
They don't.
Yeah, Karen, can you do me a favor? Can you place one of accounting's boxes on Frank's desk right now?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's it. Imagine keeping all these developers and stuff on payroll for an extra 5 months or doing whatever. You don't just make these small little errors. Now I'm not saying that shit doesn't come up, but I'm gonna tell you 9 times out of 10, bruh, these delays, they're well known in advance.
Yeah.
They didn't just wake up one morning and go, shit, we're not gonna make it. When do we tell them? They know exactly when they're gonna tell us. There is a strategic way that they're doing it. This is all part of the marketing. This is part of marketing.
Yeah, because there are times, obviously, where stuff comes up last second, stuff blows up.
Of course.
And it happens. But the fact that this happens almost for every single AAA game or every high-profile game.
Yes. Like 2 weeks, like you said, that makes total fucking sense.
Like, yes, now I know you're polishing. There's probably a patch that would have had to come out before.
Yes.
Now you're just doing it ahead of time.
Right? Something.
Fine. Okay.
5 months?
5 months?
Nah.
Something is catastrophically wrong with your game.
Nah, bro.
Or you're doing some marketing shit.
Think about it. 5 months? That is a chunk of development time from when they literally started making the game.
Yeah.
5 months, no small.
For some games, or for a lot of games here in the AAA like turnover time, I mean, you're talking about that's like adding almost 20%,
30% of the actual development time just at the end?
Yeah.
Just randomly?
Yikes.
Nah, bro. Now, you know what you're doing. You knew this game was not coming out in April. You knew that shit last year when you announced it. You knew it long in advance. Maybe you didn't know exactly, and you probably did know exactly. Yeah. These guys know what they're doing, bro. They ain't fucking stupid. This is a machine. They're working it.
Yes.
And
especially now
good on
that
them.
it's like an expectation that games are going to be delayed.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, more recently, we've got this big push, and it's good.
Yeah.
Where consumers are now being very sympathetic with the developers themselves sitting in the room making the games, where they're like, crunch time's too crazy. We got to make working conditions better.
Yeah.
So when the game announces it's delayed, everyone's like, oh, thank God. All of those developers can breathe and not have to eat ramen and pizza until 3 o'clock in the morning for like 9 to 10 straight months. Oh, bless them. We now get to, so it's like there's not nearly as much downside to announcing a massive delay. People are just like, they're like, you make it the best game that you can.
We're so excited.
And then it comes out, it's broken anyway.
Yeah,
but you make the best game you can.
Dude, that's literally what it is. It's still a broken fuck shit mess.
Yeah.
And then nobody remembers the fact that they took months of delaying to get it
hop on,
to get
like,
it quote
"Get it
unquote
fixed!"
to get it quote unquote perfect.
Yes, perfect. That's a bad word to
Don't
use.
ever say that.
If it
Especially on a game on that scale.
It needs to come out
do
fucking
not say that.
swinging now.
Dude, yeah, just don't go there. Remember the old days when they used to release games? And, back when we used to play PlayStation 2,
Yeah.
PS3,
There'd be some
Xbox.
bugs and stuff.
Yeah, but they have a release
But
date.
that was it.
Game come out.
That's the show. That's it.
But we're in 2020 in the world of social media,
Yeah.
where everybody needs to know everything, and you can spin everything, and you can create headlines on every single thing. You can be on every podcast talking about Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah.
which we would not be talking about right now if they didn't quote unquote delay their game. We just reminded all 6,000 maybe listeners collectively that Cyberpunk 2020 is in existence. If you haven't forgot,
Yeah. And, the games are a lot more complicated now than they were before to develop.
That is
obviously.
true. That is true.
However, I think it speaks more to the bloat that we've gotten in the industry that I've talked about before on the podcast in terms of games, the scope of games now. It's just fucking unrealistic.
Yep.
Where you can't have a game like a Cyberpunk 2077. I will be mind fucked if this game comes out and doesn't have some serious issues in some way, shape, or form. Because to have a game of that scope release on day one and just be like sailing off,
perfect,
just like a game that like came out on the Xbox or PlayStation era, where there's a couple of bugs here and there, but nothing like catastrophic.
Yeah, no, the equations are just much longer, bro.
Yeah,
the old school games, it was like 22 plus 10. 32.
Yeah.
This one's like you're using MX squared shit, and then you got other stuff.
You're doing advanced calculus and theoretical physics, and it gets crazy. So it's wild, but I think this is definitely a marketing.
I don't care, dude. I don't give a fuck if Cyberpunk 2077 ever comes out. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
I hope it does well.
I'm excited that it's something different.
It is, for the most part, anyway. At least they're touting it as being very different.
And I'm rooting for it, and I hope it's going to be great, but I'm not surprised.
Do you think that the PR disaster, I'll field this just because it's in there, it makes sense, the PR disaster of No Man's Sky had something to do with this pattern? No, because it was happening long before No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Like, long before.
And I'm going to tell you right now, No Man's Sky did not want the heat they had. They did not.
Nobody.
No.
And not only that, but again, No Man's Sky, not a AAA studio.
Yeah. No.
That was literally 10 people in a tiny little like stone building in England or some shit, and they made a game. This is not like this is not a AAA, hundreds and hundreds of people, the actual gaming machine cranking shit out. But yeah, it's been happening long before.